D-Man,
Yes?
we have an important topic to speak about today. We need to help our students by knowing what's the best way for them to improve their English. What do you think about it, D-Man?
Well, I think they need to speak,
Okay.
and go to Brent English.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course. We did not rehearse this at all.
No, it's a very good school.
It is a good school. It is a good school, D-Man. Yes, you're right. At the end of the day, our students need to speak. But generally what happens is people normally say the same thing. Who can I speak to? Who can I practice with? So, what can someone do if they don't have someone to practice with? If they are only coming to English lessons once a week or twice a week and they are very busy and they don't have time to practice and to speak, what do you think they can do?
I guess TV series, movies.
You're right. Yes, TVs and movies, that's a very good idea. If I could make a suggestion, I always tell students to watch something that they have seen many times in their language,
Yeah.
not to watch it in English. Because if you watch something new in English, generally what happens to you is you get confused, right?
Yeah, because it's actually more like work.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
If you've already seen it before and you're
Right.
familiar with it, then it's probably a bit easier.
Right. So it's better for you just to do it to relax your mind.
Yeah, like when I've watched Spanish films,
Right.
with the intention of using it as a way of improving my Spanish or learning some more Spanish. Yeah, a typical 1 hour, 20-minute film takes me like 3 hours to watch. 'Cause pause, rewind,
Yeah, you have to pause and rewind and pause
So
and rewind.
it's not a relaxing experience. It's work.
So this is why I say a good technique would be to watch something that you have seen many times in your own language because you know what it is.
Yeah.
And if you've seen it many times in your own language, for example, Pretty Woman. I mean, not me personally. I don't watch Pretty Woman, man. Come on. I watch action movies, but Pretty Woman, no. My friends watch Pretty Woman.
Well,
Not me.
Your
Not
friend,
me.
your friends have questionable taste.
Yeah, something that you've seen many times. Now, there's a television series called Friends that you don't like at all.
Oh, I like Friends.
Oh, do you like Friends?
Yeah.
Oh, which one? Oh, the Beatles. You don't like the Beatles. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. You don't like the Beatles. Friends. If you watch Friends many times in your own language, then watch it again in English, and then you get a sense of what it is.
Yeah.
So that's a good way. That's a good way. But what about someone that doesn't have time to watch television? What should they do? What do you think?
Oh my God, if they don't have time to watch TV, they don't have very much time at all.
Well, what I normally tell people to do is to try and have like, for example, a radio in the background
Yeah.
from a radio station from England or from America, not the news, but something from a different country,
Like a podcast or
a
something.
podcast or something in the background. Because, the objective is to get your mind to relax so that you are associating English relax,
Yeah.
not English study.
Yeah. That would,
That's happening a lot. People associate, oh, if I have to learn English, I have to study. And that's not the case because we know that if you use your mind, like, I have to study, it's not going to work. It's definitely not going
Yeah.
to work.
I guess you have anything you learn, you have to enjoy it, I guess. I mean,
Absolutely.
if you're going to learn anything well, it has to be enjoyable.
So how, I mean, with your Spanish now, you learning Spanish, how have you been able to pick up Spanish or to learn Spanish? What has enabled you?
Well, I guess the absolute best way to learn any language is to live in a country where they all speak it. So I'm completely surrounded by Spanish in my everyday life.
No, you were lucky because you lived in Mexico, and
Yeah.
in Mexico you learned Spanish in Mexico, and so when you came here to Spain, it was easier for you to understand
Yeah,
language.
I was fluent in Spanish when I came here.
Ah, okay. So your adaptation was relatively easier.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised by how different the Castellano is to Spanish.
Okay,
The
okay.
Mexicans use a lot of different words.
Sure, because it's a difference, a variation of it,
Yeah, the accents, the way they structure sentences as well. It was all very different. So yeah, it did take me
Some time.
yeah to kind of adapt to it.
And what about when you lived in Oman and you lived in Brunei? Did you speak the local languages, or did you learn it at schools, or how did that
No,
work?
I generally lived in like English-speaking communities. I
So
went to
international school,
Yeah,
etc.
I went to English speaking school. In Brunei, I was too young. Brunei, the official language is Chinese.
Oh, it's Chinese.
Yeah.
Oh, Mandarin.
Yeah, probably Mandarin. To be honest, I'm not too sure which one.
Right.
But I mean, I left there when I was 6, so I was. I mean, if my parents put me in a local school, I
Right.
probably would have learned something. But
Right.
then Gabon, it was French.
So you had to learn French in school?
Once again, I was in an English speaking school, but we did learn French.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and French is a language where I've kind of almost picked it up several times in my life,
Right.
but I've never really had enough time. Once again, in Gabon, I was too young to take it seriously. Then in Oman is when I started going to boarding school. in
Right.
Scotland. So, I picked up a few Arabic words, just to say thank you and please and things like that. So,
Okay, that's interesting. But once again, it comes down to the same story. The more you practice, the better you become.
Yeah.
Now, we for our students, we have our podcast, and we also have our weekly content on our platform that our students can find. And this is proving really useful for our students because they are able to access the information. Also, another thing that we do here is that we are always proactive for our students. So our students are getting content on Sunday, they're getting content on Wednesday, they're getting content on weekends,
Yeah.
So we're keeping our students engaged in what they do. And I think that's another important aspect of it. You have to feel completely engaged with the language.
Yeah.
And you have to feel that the school is working and trying for you.
Yeah, also, I mean, we always contact students in English as well.
Yes, we always speak to them in English. It makes a
Yeah.
difference, yes. Instead of in the local language, because, well, our writing in Spanish is not the best. So
That's ChatGPT.
ChatGPT can change the world, my friend. Well, listen, thank you so much for giving us some tips and some advice.
A pleasure.
We as always, we always want our students or anyone that's watching this to get in touch with us, and we can help them and create a plan that will work for them.
Yeah.
We're very fortunate, mate. We're doing a job that we really love. So it's never a problem if someone comes to us and asks us for help. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure.
And it's always nice, when you can see people are interested. in it as well.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. Well, thank you so much, D-Man.
Thank
And
you.
we have to get you back here next week because next week we have to talk about something really important.
Oh,
For
interesting.
people that are listening and want to travel to Spain, what should they do and when they come and visit us here in the northwest of Spain?
Oh, you mean tourists coming here?
Oh, tourists. Or just anyone that fancies coming to...
Don't come to Galicia, especially if they're from Madrid.
Don't come.
Yeah. There's better places to go.
Come on, D-Man. Come on. Everyone is welcome. So listen, thank you so much, and we'll catch you on the next podcast.
See you later.